We will be making a CMC orthosis. So first we're going to start with the pattern. So you're going to have position the patient in supination. Place the paper towel over the patient's hand. And then we're going to palpate first for the distal palmar crease. And mark that. And then on the ulnar side of the hand, we're going to go about half the width. So we'll mark that. And then we're going to leave the wrist free. So we're going to mark just distal to the wrist. And then now we're going to make a thumb hole for the thumb portion. So I'm going to palpate the base of the thenar eminence and the MP joint, and then the hole for the thumb will go about midway between that. And then we're going to come up and extend that out. And then your pattern will look something like this. So when your material is ready, you can begin fabricating. So we're going to place the thumb through the thumb hole. And then one thing to keep in mind is that the thumb hole you don't want to make too large because it's going to sit just proximal to the MP joint. And then this is also a functional orthosis. So you need to make sure that the thumb is sitting in a functional position. So I'm going to roll at the distal palmar crease just for comfort. Positioning the thumb CMC joint, probably about midway between palmar and radial abduction. And then make sure you get a good mold in the palm. And I'm going to have them touch their index and thumb together just to ensure you have the optimal position. And just again, make sure you get a good mold in the palm. So since this orthosis is immobilizing the CMC joint, you do want it to extend up on the thenar eminence. So like I said, we are going to have the material just proximal to the MP joint. Now for trimming, so you want to make sure the wrist is free. So I am going to trim off just a little bit, but we don't want to get it too high. And then it's going to go about halfway on the ulnar side of the hand. Make sure the distal palmar crease is, or the material is at the distal palmar crease so they can make a full fist. And then we're going to clean this up on the dorsum of the hand, kind of round this out, and that's it. So here's the orthosis once it's been trimmed. So I trimmed the sides and then I rounded this out. That way it kind of follows the curve of the hole for the thumb. And then just smoothed all of my edges. And then the thumb portion, so this is about the size of what you'll see on the orthosis depending on the size of the patient. But like I said, you want it to sit just proximal to the MP joint. That way you give good support to the CMC joint. And then one piece of hook Velcro on the ulnar side, and then we'll have one special strap that sits on the dorsum of the hand to hook on the Velcro. So for our strap, we're going to first go about 1 inch from the end of it, and we're going to fold that over. And then we're going to cut a diamond right in the middle. And then we're going to fold down just a little bit further, and then we're going to cut off the corners. And then now we're going to round out the corners here. Now we will loop this through the thumb hole and then place the other end of the strap through the diamond that you created in this strap. And then we're going to pull. And then the strap will attach on the ulnar aspect of the orthosis. So here's the final product of the orthosis. So we're going to put the thumb through the thumb hole and then strap it on the ulnar side. And then a couple things you just want to watch for is make sure they can fully flex and extend the digits and the thumb, but not at the CMC joint. Make sure it's, again, in a functional position. And also make sure that they can flex and extend the wrist and that it's not digging in or impeding motion.